Hey everybody, you're watching CAD Roll Hunter, and today we are coin roll hunting Canadian coins. In this case, it's $500 of quarters, and we're looking for any key dates, errors, or varieties. We're gonna dig in here. This should be customer wrapped rolls, 50 rolls. Each has 40 quarters, 2,000 quarters. Let's see if we can find some silver. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel CAD Roll Hunter. We have a box of quarters. We're gonna look for some goodies here. We're hoping to fill any spots in our Lighthouse Vista Canada album. If we're gonna do that, it's gonna have to be silver. We've got most of the regular circulating coins. There's a few that aren't issued for circulation that are gonna be really hard to find. We might even have a better chance of finding silver than finding some of those. So, we're gonna dig in here and see what we can get to fill those spots. We got all sorts of rolls here. This is one of those plastic rolls. We can see the edges of that. That will often give us an idea if we've got anything in here. Oh, I see a copper edge. So that's a good sign they haven't been previously hunted because people like to take the US stuff out. We're just gonna get started with this roll and see what we can find. Roll number 2, our first American coin. This is going to be a Frederick Douglass 2017, and this one, a little bit grody, and it's going to have a P mint mark on it from Philadelphia. Well, we're in roll number 3, and we are absolutely going to fill a spot in this album. I said earlier that finding one of these not intended for circulation coins might be even harder than finding silver. But check this out. This is a 1998. I have never found one of these before. 1998 was not issued for circulation, and check it out. It carries the W mint mark. This was minted at the Winnipeg Mint, and it's been circulated. You can see the circulation on there. That's a 1998 W. Not intended for circulation, and this would be pretty low mint. I'm going to look it up and see what the mintages are if they're even published. Got my handy Charlton Standard Catalog of Canadian coins here, a great resource that I use all the time. And here we can see 1998 W, not issued for circulation. The mintages haven't even been published by the Royal Canadian Mint to be added here. This carries a grade. They show grades here, MS65 NC. NC is non-circulating, and these have been removed from uncirculated sets. So if you wanted to buy one of these in a high mint state, you can actually do that and not spend a lot of money because these came from sets and the sets are readily available. But to find this coin in circulation like this, somebody absolutely removed this from circulation. This would be a veritable rarity. That is awesome, a 1998 W. And same roll as luck would have it, we're going to get 2 album fillers today, and that's crazy because we got a first 2025 quarter. We haven't found one of these yet, and there is Charles. We'll put that up on the board here. We'll see if we find any more. Maybe we'll have one that might be a little bit nicer. I thought I saw a little bit of a nick on the rim of that, so if we can find any more, we can just pick the best one, and I'll maybe hold on to a couple. Roll number 6, we're finally going to get some color here. We got a 2008 Armistice with that bright red Remembrance Day poppy in the middle of that one. And there is Queen Elizabeth II there. 2008 Armistice. Here is a nice commemorative to find. This is the 2017 Hope for a Green Future. This is the last circulating commemorative quarter. We haven't had any of these in a while. We've been having circulating commemorative loonies and toonies. That seems to be what the focus is on. Of course, we could also find this one in a colorized version. I love finding that one too. And I see a bit of an older one. Kind of had a bit of a different look to it, but it's not silver. And it is going to be a 1973 RCMP. We want to look to see if it is the large bust or the small bust. I'll throw it under the scope. We'll show you what we're looking at. So there are 2 markers to see if this is the rare large bust, and that is the detail in the hair soft? If it's really soft and you don't see these lines, that's the large bust. We have the small bust here. The other one that you can tell by are these beads. Are they close to the rim? In this case, they are not close to the rim. And if you could compare this to a 1972, you would see that the bust is in fact a lot smaller. When you're looking at it all on its own, it's really hard to tell. So it's helpful to know about the hair and the beads. Same roll, there is a really nice looking 2000 Millennium coin, and this is the Pride one. And there is a rotated die error that we could find on this. I'm going to flip it over, and this one here does not appear to have that rotation. It flips exactly the way we would think, but that is a beautiful looking coin. Roll number 8, we can see through the plastic roller here that we're going to get at least 5 US quarters. If we had silver, that would be pretty easy to see that as well. We don't in this roll, though. So there's our first one. It is a 2002 Ohio State quarter from Denver. And we'll look at this next one, a bit of the older Eagleback design. That one an 86. I'll see if I can grab all these Americans out of here. Oh, that's a nice one. That's the 2016 Blue Ridge Parkway. Nice looking one out of Denver. And another older one here. What's this going to be? 95, so not that old. And then the last one I can see, it is going to be another National Parks one, Bombay Hook, 2015, out of Denver. Same roll, we've got another beautiful Millennium. This 2000 Achievement is in gorgeous condition. We'll hold on to that one, absolutely. Roll number 9, we're getting some beauties. This 2012 just slid down here, and it's going to be the non-colorized Brock, but it is a gorgeous one. Well, same roll, we're going to get the key date. That's a 1970. If we check our coin roll hunting mat here, we can see it's the key date here, 1970, minted at just 10,302,010. That's the lowest minted in the modern Canadian coins, with the exception of the 1991, which is extremely hard to find. By the way, this is my brand new coin roll hunting mat, and it is available now. If you're interested in this, it is extra large. It's 27.5 inches wide. It's 12 inches deep, and it's got cheat sheet information here for pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, and of course a little bit of information on what you're looking for in silver that you can find here. I'll put a link to my website. I've got a brand new website, cadrollhunter.com, and you can find my coin roll hunting mats as well as a few other goodies on the site. I'll put that link in the video description as well. So if you're interested in a mat, go ahead and pick one up. A little further back, and we've got one of these men's hockey here, another gorgeous one. That is from 2009. This is celebrating the men's gold medal in the 2002 Olympics, and that is a beaut. Roll number 10, it's been a little bit slow for color. This is just our second. It is that other poppy design from 2004. This is the first circulating colorized Canadian quarter, 2004 Remembrance Day poppy. Roll 11, a pretty nice looking 1975. I don't know that it's going to upgrade. We've got some really nice ones. I'll set it aside for now. You just never know. My memory is not that great, but it's much better than the average 75 we would get. A little bit of gunk on there would probably come off with just a little bit of soap and water, warm water. Roll 12, there's the US. It's a 2021. And if it's the Washington crossing the Delaware, we always want to look for his hat. And I don't see anything on there. I'll throw this under the scope. So I'm not seeing any die chips there. That's too bad, because that's a really fun one to find with the accumulation of extra metal on the top of his head. We don't have that here. Roll 15, and there's a pretty nice looking 1989 possible upgrader. We'll find out. Same roll, we're going to get a couple nice ones back to back. I can see that. This one here from 2013. Pretty nice mirror finish on there. I wonder if this came from a set. It's been circulated. You can see those scratches, but the finish on this looks to be like a proof-like finish that would have come out of an uncirculated set, likely. And then right behind it, we've got a pretty nice looking Nova Scotia Provincial from 1992. Roll 16 is going to give us just our third colorized quarter. This one from 2011. This is the Wood Bison. Just a couple coins behind that one. Look at this. We got a beautiful Vancouver 2010. This one is the cross-country skiing. Well, looky there. A couple more, and we've got another one. This is not a golden chicken. No, this is a peregrine falcon, just for those of you out there who might be confused by that. Now, that is a pretty nice looking obverse. We're in roll number 17, 18, 17, 17. Oh, it's a beautiful 1979. We'll set that one aside for sure. Roll 19. I talked about this one earlier and we found it. It is the Colorized Hope for a Green Future. Unfortunately, it's got some damage on it. It's got a little bit of Ring of Death on the obverse, but you can see all that color right there. There is a really nice looking 2009 Cindy Clausen Olympic medal. That is a beauty. We'll set that aside. And I see we've got an older one here. We're always looking when we see that portrait to see if we can find a 1991. This case, it's a 1995. I don't think this is going to upgrade. It's got some scratches on that caribou. But the 1991, as we can see here, minted at just 459,000. So we're always on the lookout for that one. Color has been few and far between, but we found a great one here. This is just our 6th colorized coin, and it's the Cindy Clausen with that big red maple leaf. I'll put it up here with the rest of our color. They're kind of spilling over the spots on the board here. And I thought I saw an American in here. We'll check what that is. It is a really nice looking Harper's Ferry 2016. I know there's some doubled dies we can look for here in the windows. We'll just throw this one under the scope. So I don't see anything here. Normally you could see some double dies, some lines in these windows. There's a bunch of different varieties that I've become aware of. This doesn't look like it, but it's still a pretty nice looking coin here. That is the 2016 from Denver. Here's another American. This is going to be our 14th, and this one is a beauty. It is a Rhode Island State Quarter from 2001 in beautiful condition. This is the Denver. So I just flipped over the end coin of roll number 26. We're just past the halfway point. We got another color, and it's another one of these 2009 coins that are commemorating Olympic golden moments, and that is awesome. That's women's hockey. Same roll, there's a 1968, and we got to check these ones because these are either 50% silver or they're going to be nickel, and if they're nickel, they're magnetic. So that is not the silver one, but you should check them all. Sometimes the look doesn't give it all away. You just got to test it out to be 100% positive. Same roll, and we got a beauty. Check this out, 1977. And it looks lovely. It is hardly circulated at all, just a few little marks. That could be a veritable upgrader. The reverse particularly looks just perfect. And when you find one like this, you kind of hope that there are going to be more. Did we get a collection dump, or how did this end up here? That is awesome. Roll 27, and the beauties are stacking up. Here is another Provincial from 1992, British Columbia. Just a gorgeous one. Roll 28, and there's another keeper. A beautiful 1976. Check that out. Again, we'll have to check for upgraders. I don't know. We found a lot of really nice ones from the 70s earlier on, but that is a gorgeous one. Roll number 30, and I can see it. We are going to get the trifecta. Check it out. We've got the 3rd colorized from 2009. This is the men's hockey, and there is a rare variety we want to look for. It's the Raised 2. We'll throw this one under the scope. And we have found it. That is the first time I have found the Raised 2 colorized men's hockey. The one you'll easily find is the Infused 2, and there's a recess all the way around that 2. And this is absolutely the Raised 2. This is much harder to find. It's been circulated, but that is wicked. This is going to be another spot filled in the album. I'm not even sure if we've got a spot for it, but we will make a spot for that. That is awesome. Here are some pics in the Charlton guide, and you can see the Infused 2. We would see lines all the way around, and we didn't see that on the 2. That is awesome. And you can see there's quite a difference in price for the 2009 in an MS63, which this is not. But the Infused 2 is $3, the Raised 2 is $15. So even in this condition, this one is certainly worth a few bucks anyway. That is awesome. Roll number 31. Here is our 2nd 2004 colorized one. It is pretty pale. A lot of that color has worn right down. We'll add that to the board. And one thing I could just see by edges, it looks like we're going to have a fair number of commemoratives in here. There's a pretty nice looking Freedom from 2000. That might be one to hold on to. But I could also see, yeah, look at that. We're going to get another color. That is the Orca. So we've got the trifecta there too, all three of the legendary natures. Right behind it, a really nice looking men's hockey non-color. Pretty nice looking 2024. So pretty decent spread of things, like old and new. And we got, that's not color there, but that is pretty good. Let's see what else we got in here. There's a 2017 Hope for a Green Future, the non-color version. And there's the Arctic Explorers. This one is with the frosted clothes. There's another version where it's the compass that's frosted. And women's hockey. So lots of variety in that roll for sure. So things seemed to start out slow with color, but this is going to be, I think, our 11th colorized coin, and it's the 2006 Pink Ribbon. Roll 35, we got a couple of color. I just picked up this second Pink Ribbon, and we got a DeSalleberry War of 1812 with that colorized maple leaf there. Looks to be in pretty decent AU condition, perhaps. Not bad. And at the end of that same roll, I just flipped this one over to find the 2008 Armistice. It is our second of that one. So roll number 36 is going to give us our 15th color. It's our second War of 1812. This one is Laura Secord. We'll add it up to the board here with the DeSalleberry. That gets us pretty close to my average of about 17 or so per box. And we got a lot of rolls to go. So it started out pretty light and it's getting red hot. And this box is actually been killer. It's got tons of all sorts of stuff. Roll 37 and check out that Gem BU Brilliant Uncirculated Olympic coin. That is great. I don't even want to touch it. It looks gorgeous. We'll put it up top here. Got a US, it's a 2022. It is going to be the Maya Angelou. That is cool. That is the one out of Philadelphia. Roll 45, and that's our third Pink Ribbon, and it is our 16th colorized coin for the box. Roll 46 is going to give us that awesome double poppy from 2010. That is number 17 right there, right on our average for color in boxes. We're in roll number 49, and this box has provided tons of nice finds, and I think it's just about to get even better because the one thing we haven't found is silver, at least until now. And I've got an edge there that I think looks like silver. And we're going to check this out together. And that is a 1968, and it's going to be 50% silver for sure. It just has that look. We'll try the magnet, and it doesn't stick. So we got silver in the box, 50% Canadian silver, 1968. We got to add that to the board along with all of the other things. I will look through the rest of this roll and that roll and see if we can find anything else. It's been awesome. Well, it didn't take long to find something else. Here is that large poppy from 2015. It is a great one. We want an upgrade in our album. We have the colorized version of this, but some of the color has been scraped off. So we would love, love, love to find the colorized version for an upgrade to the album. Wow, well, that box has been hunted, and we had tons of good stuff. I'll start up here at the top. We got 24 US quarters, including a really nice Rhode Island state quarter. And we got a bunch of really nice commemoratives. I pulled out 4 better than average provincial commemoratives, some 2000 Millennium. We got a few of those 2009 Olympic Golden Moments ones, which is great, and a few really, really nice Olympic Vancouver 2010 commemoratives. A couple of the 2012 War of 1812 ones. We got a really nice 2013 with the whales, and of course we got that large poppy there. Speaking of poppies, we got lots of colorized ones. We can see the double date. We got a couple of War of 1812, 3 of the Pink Ribbons, the 2017. We got all 3 of the Legendary Natures. We got a second of the Peregrine Falcon. I don't even think I showed you that as the finds just kept coming in. A couple 2004s, a couple 2008s, And we did get all 3 of these colorized ones, but I only have 2 of them up here, and we'll see the third one in just a moment. We also got a bunch of really nice caribou quarters, 75, 76, 77, 79. That is an 86, 89, a really nice 2001. I'll check those against the album, but we got some really cool finds. First of all, we got a low mint 1970. That's the key date. We can see that again right here on our mat, one to look for. We got a 1998 W quarter, not intended for circulation, not one we would likely get. We got silver, a 50% 1968 silver quarter. That is awesome. I think the find of the hunt probably has to be, well, it might be a tie between the 1998 W and this one here. And this is the men's hockey raised 2. That's the variety you want to find. And we've got that right here as well. Men's hockey color raised 2. So that is a wicked one. We're going to have to check the album and see if we've got any upgrades. We know we have some additions. I got a stack of 2025s here. I'll pick one for the album, and I'll pick another for my, put in my flips. And I'll hold on to a few for trades. Well, the album is looking great, and we made some serious headway because we upgraded the 1968. This was much better looking than the 1968 we had in here before, which was pretty grungy. So that was great. We also upgraded the 1977 that we got today, so that's good. And then, of course, we filled 2 really, really tough spots, one being the 1998 W. I really didn't think we'd get any of these, and there are a number of NIFCs in the late 90s, early 2000s. I really wasn't sure we'd get any of them, but we did. We got 1998 W. It just tells you what coin roll hunting is all about. If you can just consistently look through coins in volume, you're going to find things that are uncommon. And speaking of uncommon things, and another spot that I just really wasn't sure that we were going to fill, we filled that 2009 color raised 2 men's ice hockey, another really, really tough find. So we're up to 152 of 173. Actually, that's going to be 153 of 174 because we added a 2025, and our Lighthouse Vista Canada album for quarters is looking incredible. So we made awesome headway, and we found tons of good stuff, including silver, some NIFCs or NNIFC, and a really, really tough die variety, which is awesome. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It was an unusual one that we found all sorts of hard to find things and some real goodies. So this is a great one. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, CAD Roll Hunter, hit that button and do that. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to give the video a like. Thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it. We'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.